welcome back to my channel. I have been wanting to do a 24-hour reading vlog for quite a while now. I am hopefully starting my new job in the next week or so, so I thought now would be kind of the last chance for me to do it. So welcome to my 24-hour reading vlog. I have a list of 5 books that I would like to read during this 24 hours. 3 of the books I've already started and 2 of them I haven't. I'm quite a slow reader. I have dyslexia, and so I find that I read really slowly. So I don't want to overwhelm myself with too many books. So I'm halfway through 2 of my books and I'm like 20% of the way through one of them. So I thought those would be perfect to try and get finished, and then I want to finish 2 other books. And I feel like that's pretty reasonable for 24 hours. It's around 10 p.m. at the moment, but I have slept all day. I don't know why. Maybe my brain was like, tonight's the night to do the reading like challenge and made me sleep all day. I don't know. Thought now would be a perfect time to try and read for 24 hours straight. I do get quite bored sometimes reading the same book continuously, so I always have multiple books on the go, and so I will probably like swap and change what I'm reading throughout the vlog. I likely won't read like one book straight start to finish because I just really struggle to do that. My brain just cannot concentrate on one book for that amount of time. So like I said, I like to swap and change what I'm reading, but I'm hoping to get all 5 books finished by the end of this vlog. The first book that I will be reading is Fourth Wing. I'm currently on page 247, which is around the halfway mark. That's as far as I am in the book. I'm really enjoying this so far. I love the characters. Love Xaden. I know we're supposed to hate him, but I love him. I feel like we start to love him now, like as it starts to go forward, but I've kind of loved him from the beginning. You know, when you just like have a feeling that he is the love interest. I had that from the start. I still don't know if he is the love interest. I haven't gotten that far in the book, but I feel like he is going to be the love interest. So Fourth Wing is the first book that I will be reading. The next book I will be reading is Want. This is non-fiction and is the only non-fiction in my collection. Want is a collection of anonymous stories from women and non-binary people all over the world about their sexual wants and desires, and I'm really enjoying this book. I'm not too far into it, as you can see, but it is really eye-opening. Really enjoying it so far. The next book I will be reading is How Hard Can Love Be by Holly Bourne. I am not enjoying this as much as I've enjoyed her other books. A lot of her books are young adult. I haven't read any of her adult books yet, but this just feels a bit too young adult for me. I'm enjoying it a bit, like I'm about halfway through, but I'm not loving it like I've loved her other books. But I'm halfway through now, so I feel like I may as well just finish it. The writing is quite big as well, as you can see, so this one shouldn't take me too long to finish. Then I will be starting The Merciless Ones, I think that's how you pronounce it, which is the second book in the Gilded Ones. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly either. I really loved the first book, and so very excited to start this one. And the final book I will be reading is Breast and Eggs. This has been like an anticipated read for me for so long. It's been on my TBR for ages, and so I'm really excited to get into this one. Those are the books that I'll be reading in this 24-hour readathon, and I hope that you enjoy this video. Please give me a thumbs up and please subscribe. It helps me a lot. Without further ado, let's start the reading vlog. So I was halfway through a chapter when my wife came home, and so I stopped reading Fourth Wing. I'm going to read some more of this one now, and then I'm probably going to move on to How Hard Can Love Be, just because this one is a really easy read and I feel like I just need that to get into the swing of things. We'll see how much of this I get through, and then I will give you an update. for 2.5 hours and I've made it to page 335. I'm loving this book. It is so good. I love that it's a lot more dramatized than ACOTAR was and a lot more serious, and it feels a lot more dark and like, I don't know how to word it, but like the setting feels more ominous, and it feels more deadly, which I think it is really. A lot of the places in ACOTAR are very luscious and beautiful, and that's not really the case with this book, but I'm really loving that. I love how different it is, because I was really nervous that like I would read it and it would be a bit similar or something like that, and I wouldn't really gel with it because it was too similar, or I don't know why I thought that, because it's a completely different concept, but I was just nervous about that. I'm loving this book. It's so good. I love Xaden. I have reached the point where Xaden and Violet have kissed, and I was just like, oh my god, like how did it take this long, for one? But also I wasn't expecting it so soon. Those two things don't really make sense together, but that's how my thought process was. I think I'm going to read a bit of How Hard Can Love Be, just for a little break from this, because it is quite intense and I'm feeling a tiny bit tired. So I just want to read something that's a bit less intense and a bit easier. So I might start that for now, and I will come back with an update soon. I am now 4 hours into reading. I've just read about 150 pages of How Hard Can Love Be, and I am so frustrated. I just want, is it Amber? Yeah. I feel like Amber is just trying to destroy her happiness, and I just feel like screaming, like, just do what makes you happy, Amber. Like, I know she's in America and she goes back to London soon, but I just do what makes you happy, even if it's just for the time being. Like, you don't have to be miserable. And I feel like screaming it at her, but obviously this is a book, she cannot hear me. Obviously I'm probably going to read some more of this one. I have about 140 pages left, I want to say, and I feel like I will finish that in like the next hour. I am enjoying this a lot more now that I'm reading more of it. It's not boring me as much, which is good. I am just someone that really struggles to DNF books. Usually by page 100 I get a vibe whether I'm going to enjoy it or not, and sometimes I DNF, like on the rare occasion, but I really struggle to DNF books, so I tend to just like power through them. But this has gotten better, and I do feel that way about most books I power through. Usually they get better as I get through them. Sometimes I just need to give the book a chance. Anyway, I'm gonna do some more reading and I will see you in a bit. I am now about 5.5 hours into the challenge. I just finished reading How Hard Can Love Be. It was actually really cute. It definitely got better after like the halfway point, and I thought it was really lovely. It deals with alcoholism and trauma from parents. I really enjoyed the ending. I just thought it was a really good book. I probably will give it 3.5 stars, which is my first ever point rating. I always only ever gave like full star ratings, but now that I've moved over to Fable, instead of Goodreads, I'm going to start giving point ratings. So I think this will be a 3.5. Main two things I didn't really gel with were the fat phobia in the book. Some of the descriptions of characters that were fat were not okay, and yeah, it just would really rub me up the wrong way. This book was published in 2016, so everything about J.K. Rowling hadn't really come out yet, I don't think, but Harry Potter is a theme that runs through this book quite heavily, and so I felt quite uncomfortable with that. As I said, it was published before everything about J.K. Rowling came out, so I'm kind of just giving it the benefit of the doubt in that sense, because we weren't to know how awful her views were at the time. It did just make me feel quite uncomfortable though. The book is young adult, and it does feel quite young adult as opposed to other books I've read by Holly. Some of the language and some of the jokes and things like that just felt very, very young, younger than some of her other books. I am giving it 3.5 stars. I am going to have a quick snack and then I'm going to start reading Fourth Wing again. It's now about 5:30 in the morning, but I'm not actually that tired. I do have a can of Monster that I've been drinking to try and just keep my energy levels up. So I'm going to have a snack, probably pop to the toilet quickly, and then I am going to pick up Fourth Wing again. I'm on chapter 30, and my oh my, this chapter, I have no words. Xaden is so falling for her. And he says to her, "Don't fall for me, like whatever you do." He's so falling for her. I'm a bit speechless at that chapter. They've had sex. What a chapter. I'm not even finished with the chapter yet. I've just gotten to the bit where they fall asleep in bed together. Whew. My heart has so many flutters. I want them to be together so badly. We've just found out why he has scars on his back, and I wanted to cry. How do you put into words? Like, I can feel that, like, growing love between them in my chest. It can be really hard sometimes reading when you're a very empathic person, because I feel things so deeply, and I feel things that others are feeling so deeply, and I can feel what they're feeling right now, which may sound really weird, like it's just a book, but especially when a book is written so good, like I can feel what they feel. And Violet is so falling for him. Xaden is so falling for her, and I cannot cope. Having a bit of a crisis. They just need to get together. They need to declare their love for each other. I am really scared about reading the rest of the book in case something happens and they hate each other. Because if they start to hate each other, I think my heart might break. I think I've got about 100 pages left, so I'm gonna get back to reading. I'm probably gonna finish it within the hour. I will come back with another update. My God, I cannot even begin to explain the level of stress that I am under reading this book. The way Dane and Xaden are going at each other, they are about to do the final war games. I can't cope, guys. I am so stressed. My heart is pounding. My palms are sweaty. I'm losing it. I'm gonna take a little bit of a break from this book because, like I said, I'm so stressed and I don't know how to contain it. So I am going to read Want for a little while. I am currently on page 50, so I've got quite a lot of it to read, but I think I can get a good chunk of it read in the next sort of hour or so, and then I will go back to Fourth Wing and finish it. I need to calm down a little bit first because I feel like my heart is going to come out my chest, and I feel like I just need to compose myself before I read any more. I just finished Fourth Wing. I have no word. What? Oh my god. I cannot breathe. Not even ACOTAR made me freak out this much over the ending of the book, of any of the books. That twist at the end, I did not expect that at all. I don't know what to say. Completely eviscerated. Mind absolutely fucking blown. Speechless. What is there to say? What do I do now? I won't get the next book till tomorrow. What do I do? This was spectacular, magnificent, extraordinary. I don't know what to say. I'm lost for words, and I don't. That ending has thrown me so much. I have been so stressed. Like, so unbelievably stressed. And now they've just given me that ending. And I don't know what to do with myself. And I just feel really sorry for all the people that read this book before the second one was out. Because I can order it and read it tomorrow. People that read this before the second book was out had to wait ages. Okay. Whew. So I've got about 12 hours left of reading to do. And I'm going to pause the timer just because I need a bit of time to process that ending before I start a new book, because my brain hurts. I don't know if it's in every edition, but in this edition, there are 2 bonus chapters from Xaden's perspective from previous chapters in the book. So I'm probably going to read them after my lunch. And then I'm going to make a start on Breast and Eggs. But I'm going to have some lunch first. I've paused the timer, and I will restart it when I start Xaden's bonus chapters. It's a completely different day. I did not manage to read for 24 hours straight. I just got really, really tired. But I got to the point of tired where my whole body ached, and I had a headache, and I was cold, and I just was like, I need to stop reading and just like chill and be cozy. Reading so much was hurting my brain. I wasn't actually sure whether I was gonna finish this video or if I was just gonna leave it there and say I failed. But I want to read for 24 hours. So I'm gonna bring the timer back out. It's saved where I was. I think I've got about 10 hours left to read. And I'm just gonna read for the next 10 hours and finish it, but on a different day, which is slightly cheating, but it's fine. Like, we won't tell anyone. I have actually now started Iron Flame. I'm about halfway through. I've literally just reached part 2 and I'm on page 337. So I'm going to continue reading that, and hopefully I'm going to finish that today. I also started Breast and Eggs, but I'm only on page like 48, I think. I haven't got too far into that one, but I'm also going to read some of that today. And I got to like page 110, something like that, of Want. So I'll probably read some of that today as well. I am going to do some reading and I will keep you updated. finished reading Iron Flame. Feel defeated. I'm heartbroken. I don't know what to say. That ending has destroyed me. I feel like I want to cry. What? I thought it was going to be Violet, not Xaden. That doesn't make it easier though. Why do authors do this? Why do they rip my heart out and stamp all over it? This book has officially destroyed me. And I can't read the next one until it comes out in January. I just feel really sad. I was so stressed at the first book. And during the battle, I was quite stressed. But the ending of that book has just made me really, really sad. And heartbroken. I don't know what to do. I feel so silly feeling this way, but just feel so sad. I have an hour left of my reading challenge. This has now been spread over like a week, so it's just like reading for 24 hours in a week. I need a little time to come down from that ending and feel my emotions. I kind of forgot to end the video, but I read a little bit of the Heaven and Earth grocery store, and then I kind of started work and completely forgot to finish the video. But I did read for 24 hours. It wasn't 24 hours consecutively like I wanted, but I did do 24 hours like over the course of a week. I've read a lot more of this one since then. Well, not a lot more. I'm now on page 133 and I was on page like 7. I'm confused by this book a little bit. I'm understanding it a lot more now I'm getting into it, but to begin with I was so confused. I didn't know what was going on, but I'm enjoying it. It is good. We're almost at the end of November now, so I will be doing a wrap up soon of all my November books, and I will also do a video on what I want to read in December as the end of the 24-hour reading vlog. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you soon. Bye.